Hello there, gamers everywhere. I'm Swipper92, and we're talking Soulstone Survivors and the New Beginning update. The New Beginning update introduces a lot of new things, and some things have been a bit controversial, to the point of the developer actually reverted the update. You can still play the new update, the New Beginning update, by going into properties, right-clicking on game, properties, betas, and then in beta participation you choose the new beginning. I've done that because I liked the new update, and I'm gonna talk more about the controversy or the reverted feedback and all that in another video, but for this video I'm just gonna talk about the new character, the Monkey King, because I want to talk about the Monkey King here. This is a video about the Monkey King. This is a new Soulstone survivor or new character, and yeah, he's pretty unique actually. Uh, I really like him. He's based, of course, on the Journey to the West character of Monkey King or Sun Wukong or Wukong or however you pronounce it. The Monkey King character comes with what you expect from the Monkey King character: a staff which can be very long, became become elongated and strike very hard, very fast. He also had the spinning staff, which reminds me of the ability we've seen in Black Myth Wukong gameplay, but I like that one. I like the skills that this character gives, but we're gonna get into that shortly. We also have some like spinning staff and Nimbus lightning, which is a cloud that he actually uses, which is lightning based, of course. There's also some other things. I'll encourage you to discover that for yourself. But this character also comes with, of course, his basic weapon and then three uh, new weapons that you can craft, so which has more unique abilities for just for that staff. Now these are different ones. The first one is just basic staff. The second one has lightning based powers. The third one has explosive fire based but also bleed. And the fourth one becomes with a new skill type that they've added to the game with this update, Earth. So this one has Earth uh, damage or element, which is a nice addition to the game. It's a very nice addition, and there's a bunch of new skills with Earth element to it. Earth elemental based damage. The abilities I've tried are I really like them. The first time I tried him, I actually forgot to add runes to him, but that gave me a good way of giving a feedback on how he is as a starting character with no runes. And well, he's a good character. He was a bit weak there at the start. The amount of enemies at the start, even on a somewhat low curse level, there was a lot of enemies right at the start. I had fun with him. I had fun exploring the new abilities and his way of playing, but it doesn't give a new way of playing per se, but the Monkey King is, I would say, mainly a melee character, at least with the three first staffs. The fourth epic one might be more of a ranged type, but mainly he's a melee character, even with his massive slam ability, which is a long line. He does rely heavily on, yeah, melee. But he's a nice character that gives, I mean, he's very different from the others, both in style of what he can do with his basic abilities together with new abilities. For the basic abilities, I mean by the abilities he gains from his staff, or staffs, depending on which one you have. There is one ability with the Trickster's Boomstick that I was a bit the Trickster's Decoy, which is a basically you place your the character places down a decoy which blows up when they get close. As for damage at the beginning, it was nice and it had a good amount of range, but it's a basic bomb. It's basically the surprise package from the... what was it? Was that from the holiday, I think, Christmas holiday event? Basically, you place down a package, enemies get close, it explodes. It's basically that, just with a different skin, which is a bit boring. Um, as for his Ascension mode, the Ascension mode being the ultimate form, or whatever you want to call it, he has one which you unlock by investing your first point in his skill tree, and this Ascension gives him the ability to pick up Yin and Yang power-ups on the battlefield. Every 10 seconds they spawn, and then you pick light or dark. Now the difference is that if you pick more light ones, more white ones than dark ones or black ones, you will gain the white or day clones, could call it. They are melee focused and will hammer on the enemy at melee range. These ones are really good for distraction, as they will go over to the enemy and the enemy will focus on them. I've had this a lot of times with the bosses where they focusing the clones and I just standing behind the boss where he's not attacking and just hammering away at them. The dark ones or night clones they are ranged and will follow you like in a tight group formation. You can spawn multiple of these. You can actually have multiple clones. I think you spawn 3 of them in the basic, but they have added in the game. They have added passive uh, empowerments. So if you are lucky, you can when you level up, you can choose from to increase the damage of your Ascension ability, increase the amount you gain, or in the Monkey King's way, you can increase the damage, crit chance, and multicast chance. You can increase the multicast chance, so when you activate the ability, you might gain more copies at the same time. As for which one I prefer, well, it kind of depends on the build. Sometimes it's good to have some ranged support with you, and sometimes you just want the melee ones to go out there and distract the enemy. Of course, they can only distract so many. They won't distract everyone. But there's so many new skills, and together with this update, that you can really form a nice build. But I have to be honest, I haven't found a superior immortal build with the Monkey King just yet. He is somewhat tricky to get a grip on. I'm gonna try to find something, because of course with the new skill tree also comes 3 new runes. These new runes are somewhat interesting because one of the runes limits your amount of skills you can have. You can only have 3 skills, which is quite nice in the way, because you also gain increased damage by 8%. So 3 less skill slots, but you gain more damage. Then we have the Battle Proficiency rune, which is the second rune in the skill tree, which gives you a 10% chance of gaining Prowess. Now, Prowess increases damage modifier by 3% for 6 seconds, and this can stack. This has a 10% chance every time you cast a skill. So every time you cast a skill, 10% chance you gain 1 Prowess, which increases your damage by 3%. And this can stack. Multiple skills also have this. So there's a big rework here in the game. I wouldn't call it necessarily a Soulstone Survivors 2 because of this, but it is a significant upgrade to the skill system. There's also a nice system where you can chain together spells. For example, I managed to get a skill where every time I used a slam ability, I had a chance of an Earth ability activating immediately. And as I only had one Earth ability, which was the Earthen Shield, or Earth Shield, I can't remember the exact name. This shield basically creates a wall around you, a few shield walls around you, and each time the shield does damage, it heals you for a certain amount. And I was slamming down slamming abilities all the time, and every time I did that, I had like an 8% chance, I believe, of gaining that Earth Shield, because it was the only Earth ability I had. I was losing shields, I was gaining shields, losing shields, gaining shields all the time. It was really nice. I was not immortal, but I had a very strong defense, because as soon as I lost health, I regained it because of that shield. It was really nice. I loved it. Now, the third rune you get through this is actually a what's that? It becomes a third protection, death protection, or shall we say revival. You can have up through the basic skill tree, you can invest so that you have 2 revival. So if you die, you get revived. This can happen 2 times at maximum, but with this rune you can have a third time, and you gain restores, and it restores your health to 50%, exactly like the basic death protection. So that is a nice one if you want that, but I don't see a need for it. Although it only costs 1 runic power, so it's not exactly expensive. But okay, let's see, what else can we say about the Monkey King? Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with his build, because I kind of want to use the Earth Shield together with one of the staffs, but not with the Earth staff, because I want to have that slam and the Earth effect again, and see what I can do with it. See if I can really make a slam kind of build. But I would have to limit the amount of slam abilities as well. I just want to have the short cooldown and the slam, and together with perhaps might and bloodlust could be working quite well. And then of course the rock shield. Now the rock shield's own damage is nothing to scoff at either, so that's not bad either. But there are so many new skills here that I'm gonna talk about all that in another video. Not all of the skills, but a lot of them. As for this thing with Monkey King, yeah, I like the character. He's a good character, and he gives some solid, nice new skills to the repertoire. I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't add a new boss with this update. That was a big disappointment for me, but anyway, that's all I got for you. This has been the Monkey King in Soulstone Survivors. I've been Swip92, have a great life, and hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye!